Hey guys, Spiderbite here, and I got my character back! Yeah, my hardcore level 57 Demon Hunters now returned to the fray. It only took me about 60 hours before I actually had to tweet to Blizzard CS on Twitter to get them to look at my ticket. 60 plus hours, and another 12 hours later, my character was finally restored, and I only lost about an hour's worth of time on him. So not too bad. Not too bad. I'm back up. But I wanted to give you guys and tell you guys or explain to you how I got through to where I have on hardcore, and this is my suggestion for how you should play it, because my concept of playing on hardcore is the safe route. I want to be safe. Yes, I know you're looking for a challenge. I know, and it will be challenging, trust me. I mean, I get into hell difficulty and then into Inferno difficulty. It's going to be freaking challenging. The challenge now is to have the patience and to build that up. I mean, you're going to be farming like crazy to get in stuff for Inferno. Right now, it's about farming to ensure that I'm overpowered so that I don't lose my character before I get there. Okay? And that's how I've started it. So what I'm going to suggest, and this is what I did. This is exactly what I did. Starting in Act 1 normal, you have your hardcore character for the first time. I played through everything 3 times. Okay? So I actually split up Act 1 up to the Skeleton King, and then up to, I think, the end of Wortham, and then up to the Butcher. Okay, and I actually stopped at the Butcher, even though I played through it almost everything. I played through the first 2 sections, so basically 3 sections that I've broken it up into in Act 1. So I play up until the Skeleton King, I beat him, and then I replay it, then I beat him again, then I replay it, then I beat him again, and then I would go and continue, go up to the end of Wortham, then I'd stop, then I'd replay it, then I'd replay it again, then I'd get up to the Butcher, and then I'd stop. I wouldn't even fight him, alright? Because I found if you're not prepared, that the Butcher is somewhat difficult, but I mean, you can get through it. And whether it's twice or 3 times, I mean, you might change it up or whatever, but I would suggest 3 times to ensure that you're overpowered for every single encounter. And then I did the same thing in Act 2. Okay, I went up to, I believe I defeated Magda, then I redid it 2 more times. Same thing up until, I believe, the end of Blood and Sand, 3 times. And then I went through and completed Act 2. I mean, you can actually go up until the Black Soulstone, which I do, and I'll do it again. I'll do it right now, actually. On Nightmare, though. Let's do it on Nightmare. So I'm just going to switch over here. So the Black Soulstone Chamber. All right. So you can either keep going back through and playing 3 times, or you can farm cool, or you can do a combination of the 2. So now what I'm doing, and you can do that on normal difficulty, and then go into Nightmare. And Nightmare, you know, after having done that, I mean, it's a breeze. It was a breeze, and Nightmare difficulty is a breeze now. I mean, obviously, I'm over leveled. I'm level 57. I haven't even gone to hardcore or to hell. Sorry, but I want to be overpowered every step of the way. Every step of the way. Okay, until I get to those later stages of hell, and this is allowing me to do that. So I'm just over halfway through level 57. And I'll show you my equipment and stuff as well, just to give you an indication of where I'm at. All right, so here's my equipment. Now, again, I'm still underpowered for level 57 because I haven't bought anything. I don't need anything right now. Everything I bought has been on the auction house, and I'll show you. I'll go into the auction house. But I don't need anything. I have enough damage. I can take cooldown easily. It takes me about a minute to do this and cycle through it. It's only going to take me probably about 3 hours more in order to get to level 60. And then, by that time, then I'll have the money. I'll probably have about 600,000 or 700,000 gold. I mean, it still may not be able to buy you much, but it'll be able to buy me a lot better equipment than what I have now. My health is only at 12,520 because I'm focusing on dexterity, as well, just using the emeralds instead of amethysts. I do have a quiver. Now I'm using a hand crossbow simply because I do have a shield. Like, I wanted to experiment with using a shield. You can't do that with a 2-hand crossbow or a bow, a regular bow. You have to have a quiver. The only way you can use a shield is if you have a hand crossbow. So that's why I've been trying that. And the hand crossbow actually has a pretty decent attacks per second rating, where the other one's the 2-handed, I think is 1.4, and the bow is 1.1 or something like that. But yeah, so When I get into Hell, I may switch it up and actually put the shield in place and drive up my vitality a little bit more and try to balance it out with the damage. My my damage reduction is 50.1 right now. I can get that up. My dodge chance is pretty high because I have a focus on dexterity, 34.7 for level 57. My block chance, again, I don't have a shield, so you won't have that until I actually equip a shield. So let's go into the auction house, and I'll just show you what I look for. And you can get everything off the auction house. I mean, that's what I've been doing. So if I look at hand crossbows, right? So what I usually look for is the low buyout. And let's make a comparison. So I got a pretty decent hand crossbow. Yes, it's not the best, and yes, this one is definitely better. It's got way more dexterity, and it's got vitality on it, and it's got more damage. But it's 200. It's $250,000 gold. I mean, really. But I'm level 57. I don't need to spend that money. I'm going to wait until I'm 60. But just for comparison, like I wouldn't spend that much money as I was going up. I would look for the low buyouts. So, this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good, and it has a slot. So you can put a gem into it. I can put... ideally, I can put a ruby into that. Like I have rubies. Actually, my enchantress has one of my higher level rubies. I can put a ruby in there to add extra damage. So it can literally be a better hand crossbow than the one that costs 250,000. And then we have this one down here, which really doesn't have anything additional, and it's 20,000. But this is good value. This is a good value hand crossbow right here. It's got decent dexterity. It's got decent vitality. It's got an extra 14% damage, which is pretty good. I almost want to buy it, and it's got the slot. And you can buy it out immediately for 35,000. It's got a day left. I mean, this one down here, that's not bad for 20k. And it's still level 57 though. I'd still go for that 35,000 one. I mean, if I needed to buy a weapon, I would outright buy that 35,000 gold weapon right there. Now, if we look at just the Demon Hunter, and I usually sort by dexterity, but I'm not going to right now. If I look at the crossbows, so I mean, once you get up here, I mean, look at this thing. Wow, 10 million gold. Are you freaking kidding me? Seriously, these guys that sell this stuff, I don't know. People buy weapons for 10 million gold. 3.5 million. But again, I'd be looking down here. Either you farm your own, or depending on how much gold I can generate and collect in hell difficulty, who knows how much I'm going to have. But obviously, at some point, I'm going to have some of the best weapons that are available in the auction house, and then I'm going to have to farm my own, right? And I think some of these guys that have actually gone up, I don't know what it is. Like, do you guys... I'm going to get out of here. Most of the guys that I've seen that actually get up into Hardcore Inferno and play it are all playing Barbarians. Are the Barbarians that much easier to play and that much better to play and are more capable in Hardcore? I mean, I'm not going to switch. I'm definitely taking my Demon Hunter here as far as I can go. But I don't know if he's just going to be like one-shot killed or not. I guess we'll find out very quickly once we get to Inferno. But anyways, that's kind of the strategy that I've been using, and that's enabled me to keep my character alive. And I think the times when I've died have been sort of flukes. I died once. I got frozen. I was level 46, and I got frozen in Act 2 on Nightmare difficulty, and I almost died instantly just because I was frozen. I didn't even get hit by anything. It was just the freezing itself that killed me. And then a couple other times I got unlucky. Once was due to lag, and once I just walked in an area and there was just like one of the forces. Again, it was Act 2 Inferno, and I can't remember what level I was, but I just walked in behind one of those force fields, and there was just like a pile of guys, and they just smoked me almost instantly. So I'm trying to be a lot more careful with my character, but I want to definitely get through Hell difficulty, and like I said, another 3 hours. I actually stopped. If I go into my game progression on Nightmare difficulty, I stopped at Rakanoth on Act 4, because Rakanoth gave me a little bit of trouble when I tried to do a speed run through Hardcore one time after I lost a character. I speed run raged through, and Rakanoth beat me. So I'm just going to wait until I'm level 60, buy some new equipment, spend all my gold, essentially, and equip myself well, and then I'm going to go in and finish Act 4, which I should be able to do pretty easily. I mean, I'm sure I can go in right now and beat him fairly easily and get through the rest of Act 4. Then I'll be on to Hell difficulty in no time. And then I'll start producing some more regular videos going through Hell difficulty with my Demon Hunter, which should be interesting. But on my way to Hardcore Inferno, and like I said, no one's beat it. I haven't seen anybody that's beat it. I've seen a couple guys get to Act 2. One guy actually got to Act 3 that I know of, and then he died. So he did beat Belial on Inferno, Hardcore Inferno. But that's about it. I've done some other searches and haven't seen anything, so it'd be quite interesting to get there. Anyways, that's it. That's sort of my strategy for getting up to at least getting to Hell difficulty, and we'll see what happens once we get there. I'm Spider, and I'm out.